Hello everybody and welcome back to Traversing Food, where today we're going to be checking out this 24-hour ration from Belarus. And I know what you're thinking, Steve, haven't you reviewed this before? And yet actually this will be my third time. And they just keep getting better, and I'll tell you why. About 3 years ago I reviewed my first one, and there's so many items in there I've never tried before, and I thought it was a great ration, and it weighed in at 4.5 pounds. About a year and a half ago, I reviewed the Belarus ration again because there's a lot of items that changed in it. There's no real menu that I know that you can choose, but they added a lot of items in there and changed a bunch out, and it was great. And the weight of it went from 4.5 pounds to 4.94 pounds. Well, here we are today, a year and a half later again, and the ration I got today weighs in at 2,390 grams, or 5.26 pounds. Yeah, it has gotten heavier. I'm sure naturally they've added items to it. I wouldn't think it'd just be just a change in containers, or going from maybe a pouch to a can, but we're gonna find out. My translator on my phone, it does not like to translate the Belarusian. I'm not sure the Belarus language. Even typing it in, it don't want to read it even on the curve. The best thing I got on here on the seal, it's got a numbered and code on there, which I'm sure probably stands for what's packed in there and probably the expiration date and everything. But anyway, big old ration, 5.26 pounds, sealed up with twine. Also sealed, like I said, right here. Got this ration from great people at MRE Mountain. Get this opened up and let's see what we got inside. Well, I'm going to have to cut the seal too. There we go. And if it's the way that normally are, there will be a sheet of paper on top. At least I can get an expiration date on there. Sure enough. And sure enough, got our menu, everything in here. It can translate it. It's got a rough time doing it though. But we got an expiration date of June of 2022. Alright, let's set this aside. Okay, first up, we have our Kissel drinks. And if you're not familiar with those, these are like a warm fruit drink. I guess you can say it's kind of like warm jello. It's a little bit thick. This one is forest berry, which looks like raspberries, blueberries, and blackberries, and strawberries. And we have strawberry, which I think I've had the strawberry before. I've not had the forest berry. The last Belarus ration I had, there was huckleberry and cranberry. And we have a strawberry scented pack of moist towelettes. That's another nice little treat. They're always scented with a fruit. And I think it just got bigger, but it's sealed, or not really sealed. It's in the plastic bag, I guess, in case it leaked. We have a 230 gram pack of sweetened condensed milk. And man, that thing is just, it's so huge. We have a 35 gram, I believe this is cherry and fig cereal bar. A 35 gram, looks like a wafer bar dipped in chocolate. Got a couple of hard candies. And I'm not sure what this is, but I remember last time it has a graininess like it's homemade chocolate fudge. It's really good. And let's see here, this is 55 grams. Got 100 grams of biscuits, and it says these are like tea biscuits or sugar biscuits. We've got a 90 gram pack of peanuts, and I'm used to them being, roasted and salted, but these actually translate that they're fried. So yeah, something different. We've got a portable stove, and this has 3 fuel tabs in it. A pack of all-weather matches with a striker. Got a packet of instant coffee. Got a little packet of sugar. Okay, now this is interesting. We've got a big old paper towel, a couple of them actually, I know you're thinking, well, Steve, what's so interesting about that? Well, we have a biodegradable wooden spoon, fork, and knife. And yeah, they are made out of wood. And here's something different. A 55-gram pouch or pack of cheese-flavored crisp bread. Get 110 grams of a processed ham. 100 grams of turkey liver pate. And for our three main items, we've got a 338 gram can. It translates to beef stew, but it just might be a big can of tashanka, which is like a braised chunk of beef that's just braised with salt, pepper, onions, and bay leaf. But we'll find out when we get it opened. Got a 340 gram can of kasha, which is basically the beef like the tashanka with pearl barley. And a 340 gram can of buckwheat with beef. This is something else I always enjoy too. And that is everything in the box. Definitely a lot of great food. Some of the things that I can remember that are different in this ration from the one a year and a half ago. The pouch of sweetened condensed milk is like 70 grams bigger. And the crisp bread is also weighs more. And this is like a cheese wheat crisp bread. I think that's so cool. I mean, you got wooden utensils. That's definitely different. But anyway, let me get my tray. We'll get breakfast started. Okay, here we are for breakfast. Got our 340 grams of buckwheat and beef, our cheese crisp bread, turkey liver pate, our cherry cereal bar, and our coffee. And we're going to have some of our sweetened condensed milk with that. But first up, get our buckwheat and beef, some hot water, get it started warmed up. And check out our coffee. Just your standard freeze-dried coffee. And it is. Smells nice. I'm gonna get some hot water for our coffee. Okay, get this opened up. I did need this for a little while. Never had wooden utensils like this. And kind of the way I thought it would be, it leaves a really just rough feeling on your tongue. I think that ought to be enough. Yeah, it looks fine. You know, mixing that in the coffee, I don't know how the spoon will last after that. How much liquid it'll soak up. But maybe it'll last at least one meal. But let's get some crisp bread out there on the tray. Wait, check out our strawberry scented moist towelettes. Okay, you can seal them back up too. Kind of like dryer sheets. They're not too wet. Wish they were a little bit bigger though. Has a really light strawberry scent to it. Dries quick. Yeah, I like them. I know a lot of people don't like crisp bread. It's kind of growing on me. I know it's kind of dry now. You just gotta just eat it with something else. Wonder if they don't really smell like cheese. Get our liver pate opened up. This is turkey. I think last time it was chicken. And our cherry cereal bar. I know when I was doing the unboxing I thought it was cherry and fig, but it's not, it's just cherry. And cherry with groats. Come on, Steve, get that opened up. There we go. Looks like it's got a little drizzle of caramel or something on top. It smells nice, so let's check it out first. That looks like it's got little bits of raisins or dates in there too. Yeah, those are really nice. It has a nice cherry flavor to it. It tastes like it's got a little bit of apple in there. It's nice and crispy. A really good flavor. And it's not too sweet either. And let's check out our turkey liver pate. It is very smooth. And it has a really good flavor to it. It doesn't really taste like liver, so it might just be turkey pate. But I'm sure it'll go fine with crisp bread. And checked it again. Yeah, it does say it's turkey liver pate, but the liver flavor is really mild. Tastes more like turkey than that heavy liver flavor. I'll give our coffee a try. Yeah, it's pretty good. The sweetened condensed milk helps out a lot. The coffee is pretty strong. I've had it before, but the sweetened condensed milk gives it a nice creamy sweetness to it. Very enjoyable. Okay, here's our buckwheat and beef. Get it opened up on a tray. And it's a little bit hard as I make a mess. And it is heated up, but I'm waiting for this spoon to break. It's having a hard time digging in here, getting stuff out. Just, it's hot. I had it in hot water for a while. Hopefully the fat would loosen everything up, but it didn't do as well as I thought it would. Anyway, that's about 2/3 of the can. Get some of this cleaned up a little bit. Alright, there we go. Smells great. They got chunks of, well, little pieces of beef in there. Tastes good. Seasoned well. This one seems like they added extra pepper to it. I was going to say this didn't come with salt and pepper, but it doesn't seem like it needs it. Buckwheat still has a nice chew to it. Really good flavor. And for a lot of people here in the U.S. that wonder what it's like, it's kind of like corned beef hash, but instead of potatoes, they use buckwheat. Flavor is pretty close. But yeah, that's really good. Anyway, it's going to do it for breakfast. Everything here so far is great. Even the cheese flavored crisp bread. It doesn't smell like cheese, but it's got a nice cheese flavor. The wooden utensils though, I mean, I used it for breakfast, but being something greasy like that, how would you clean it? I mean, you're the one using it, but still, I'll probably switch off to something else or just use the fork. But anyway, that's going to do it for now. I'll see you at lunch. Okay, here we are for lunch. Got our 340 grams of beef with pearl barley. We got our peanuts, and like I said, I don't know if this is roasted or fried, but the package says it's fried. It's gonna be interesting if it is. Got our chocolate covered wafer bar, our processed ham, at least I think it's ham, and we got our mixed berries kissel drink, and we got one of our hard candies. Not sure what that is. I believe it is pear. But anyway, get this in some hot water, start heating it up, and we'll get our drink ready. Just calls for 175 milliliters of hot water. See how it's turning out? Yes, it does. Should could have tore a bigger hole in there. All right, there we go. And it smells nice. It smells real fruity, and basically it's just like a hot, thick fruit drink. And while our water's heating up, get our peanuts out. And just regular roasted peanuts. I don't know why I translated it as fried. Yeah, definitely 100 grams of peanuts. And our water is heated up. And yeah, still got the wooden spoon. That mixed up really nice, and you can see that it's thick. See how it runs off the spoon. Okay, get our wafer bar out. Let's see how it looks. Looks just fine. And our, I believe, like I said, I believe it's ham. It might just be a processed meat. And it looks like I should put it in some hot water, because it is definitely fatty. And I forgot to get some crisp bread. Now let's check out these peanuts first. And they're nicely salted. I wish they had a little bit more roast flavor on them though. It's still good though. And let's check out our processed meat. Yeah, that is definitely pork. Has a pretty good flavor to it. Somewhat similar to ham. Just really processed. And I don't know if you can see in there. If you see all the little white specks in there, that's solid fat. You can see some right there too. It has a pretty good flavor to it. It's not as salty as a lot of the other processed items are. I like it. And while our main is still heating up, hang on, go wash my spoon off. Give this a quick stir again, and yeah, it's definitely it'll get thicker as it cools off more. And let's give this a try. And that tastes pretty good. Now the texture is like, I guess you can say warm jello, you know, before it sets. The most prominent flavor is strawberry. You taste a little bit of the other berries, but it's not too sweet, and the flavor is really good. I like this. Okay, here's our main. And I don't think it would be as dry as the one we had at breakfast. It's usually a little more greasy. I don't know why that is. It's not as dry, but it's still a pain to get out of this can with this wooden spoon. Definitely a lot more beef in there. And I am going to try to show you how much is in this can. Just fill up this entire tray. Yeah. There we go. And I know you can't see it, but the amount of food is about an inch over the top of the tray. This is a lot of food. And you can tell definitely a lot more beef in here than what we had at breakfast. Smells great. I'm just going to dig right in. And just like breakfast, this tastes extremely good. The flavor is similar, except for breakfast you had buckwheat. This one's pearl barley. And the pearl barley still has a nice little bite to it. Still a little bit chewy. Seasoned really nice. With this one though, I do wish I had a little bit of pepper. See how it tastes with a crisp bread. And that goes really well with the crisp bread. And I still like that little bit of a cheese aftertaste. And we'll check out our chocolate covered wafer bar. Let me break it in half. See what it looks like. And that's really nice too. It's got a nice light sweetness to it. It's really easy to eat. The chocolate is like a dark chocolate. Not too sweet. Really good flavor. And we'll check out our little hard candy. I believe this is pear. And that doesn't taste too bad. You know, it's artificially flavored. It does taste like pear. It's a little bit sweet, but it's still pretty good. But anyway, that's going to do it for lunch. Definitely going to try and finish everything here. It's a lot of food for lunch. And everything is really good. I wish I had a little bit of pepper for our beef with pearl barley. That's okay. It still tastes really good. And these Kissel drinks are really interesting. You know, the more they cool off, it's gotten pretty cool. The thicker they'll get. But anyway, like I said, that's going to do it for lunch. I'll see you at dinner. Okay, here we are for dinner. Going to have our Tashanka. We've got our sweet biscuits, which I'm going to have some of the sweetened condensed milk with. Got the rest of our cheese crisp bread. Our little chocolate fudge bar. Got our strawberry Kissel drink and our other two candies. But let me get our Tashanka in some hot water, get it start heating up. Now, I could be wrong. It could be beef stew, because sometimes it translates to stewed beef, which the only thing in the can is just a big chunk of meat. But we'll find out when we get there. Get our sweet biscuits opened up. Get some of these out onto the tray. Now, let's get our drink ready. It's going to thicken up a little bit. Got turn notch? Yes, it does. And while our water's heating up, get some crisp bread out. And our little fudge bar. I don't know what this is called. It wouldn't translate anything on this. Even if you key it into the translator, it didn't like it. But yeah, it smells like a caramel, like chocolate fudge bar, and it has a texture of fudge. You got that graininess. And let's check out one of the sweet biscuits. Or I guess they could be tea biscuits. And yeah, these are pretty good. They would have went great with tea, but the ration doesn't come with any tea. It came with coffee and two Kissel drinks. But they're not crunchy. They're a little bit soft, and they're a little bit sweet. They got really nice flavor. And here's some hot water for our drink. Get that mixed up. It'll thicken up really nice. Kind of smells like the mixed fruit one. But the strongest flavor in that one was also strawberry. That's okay. Okay, let's try some of our sweetened condensed milk on our tea biscuit. Be some really quick energy, that's for sure. Yeah, those go really well together too. Quite enjoyable. Alright, we'll check out our strawberry Kissel drink. Yeah, it's nice and thick. Got a really nice strawberry flavor to it. A little bit artificial. It's not too sweet. It has good flavor though. And here's our main. I did pour off some of the grease. These are very greasy. Give you an idea. Oh, it's hot, hot. Ow. Man, that is very hot. See if I can break this up a little bit. There we go. And like the kasha dishes, this is really simple. It's just beef, water, salt, pepper, onion, and bay leaf. And yeah, Got pieces of bay leaf in here. Here's another piece. This one kind of broke up. Got a little bit of fat in there. But let's get a chunk of meat really quick. See how that tastes. And the flavor of this has always been really good. Nice and peppery. The bay leaf really comes through. This one seems a little bit fattier than normal. But see if I get some of my crisp bread with this. Always really tasty. One thing I always did enjoy doing too, we'll just put a piece of crisp bread in there. Let grease soak it up a little bit. Gives a whole lot better flavor. Gotta get it back out though. It's a little messy, but it's got good flavor. And you don't need to leave it in there long. That crisp bread will soak up that liquid really quick. But let's give our little like chocolate caramel fudge bar a try. And I could be wrong, you know. To me, the sweetness and the graininess of the sugar reminds me of what homemade fudge is like. But some people say it's also the nougat bar. I don't know, whatever it is. I love the flavor of it. It's not too heavy on the chocolate flavor, but you can taste the chocolate and caramel. They're really good. Check out our candies. Got two left. I don't know what flavor this is. I think this one might be like a red berry or bayberry. And these are nice little hard candies. And that one, yeah, that was like a bayberry. I don't know what flavor this one is. It's got a picture of like an airplane on it. I think it's lemon. And yeah, it's lemon. Got a really nice strong lemon flavor to it. Nice and tart, not too sweet. I think that one's my favorite out of the three different candies. But anyway, that's going to do it for this Belarus combat ration. Definitely a lot of enjoyable food. I've always enjoyed the Belarus rations. The mains are really filling and the side items are really nice. Definitely enjoying that big old pouch of sweetened condensed milk. But I hope you enjoyed the video. And if you did, hit that like button, share with your friends, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.